Welcome to Tech Leaders Today with your host, Cassie Crossley. All comments, views, and opinions expressed on this show are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers. Now here's Cassie Crossley.
Hello and welcome to Tech Leaders Today. I'm your host, Cassie Crossley, and I'm here with Aurelia Takacs, who joined Cisco Systems in 2010, and she is the Global Delivery Partner Manager in their Technical Services organization. She is also the Inclusion and Collaboration Co-Lead for her organization, leading and driving all diversity and inclusion initiatives for over 3,000 people globally, as well as the founder and co-lead of the Cisco Belux Connected Women Employee Resource Group chapter, which launched in 2016. The chapter contributes to a strategic effort to enhance Cisco's success in attracting, developing, and retaining talented female talent and achieve a more diverse, globally competitive workforce. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Cassie.
I wanted to find out a lot about this talent acquisition and what you've been doing. You're working on so many different projects. So how are you working with this group and the different activities at Cisco for talent acquisition?
Sure. So as you mentioned, I do focus a lot on different, diversity initiatives around talent acquisition and hiring. Specifically with regards to, being a technology company and getting more women into our organization and into technical roles as well, we do indeed have a lot of different projects and initiatives that we run both globally, regionally, and locally specific to diversifying our talent acquisition. I think Cisco, we're very proud. We've announced and published our CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility Report at the end of last year. For the whole fiscal year. And something that we're really proud of is, first of all, our new pay parity framework. So we were one of the 28 found signers of the White House Equal Pay Pledge, really to make a fair pay a reality for all employees. We completed the U.S. analysis with only minor disparities that we found and pay adjustments were given. And now we're really scaling that globally, which is great news. Specific to talent acquisition, in FY16, so in the fiscal year 2016, we actually saw a 14% increase globally in the number of women candidates that we interviewed for all our job openings. And as a result of that, our diverse hiring actually increased significantly over last year, and it was up 4%. Different ways that we did that. So we focused on diverse interview panels. That's really making sure that for any open job requisition, we ensure to include members who are diverse in gender for hiring opportunities across every function and region in our company. And then we also rolled out the managing bias training. And we actually analyzed the figures, and it shows that, managers or leaders who attended the sessions have up to 20% higher likelihood of retaining their direct reports compared to the non-participants of this managing bias training. Something else that we do to retain as well our talent, again, specific for gender diversity, we created a program called DARE, and it's to sort of build the next generation of female leaders within our company. And it encourages and really inspires women who are just starting out their careers at Cisco by focusing on some of the key issues, when we start out in the workforce, such as visibility, internal politics, and positive branding. Another program that we have, we call it the JUMP program, and that really brings more of the high potential mid-level female participants together, and it really focuses on authentic leadership retention and really making it more likely that our emerging women leaders will stay and develop their careers further at Cisco.
It sounds like you're doing so much to bring women in and then keep them in, and I'm very impressed. When you're hiring, I want people who listen to this realize for quite a long time, I've been in this a few decades, I don't think I've had many interviews where a woman has interviewed me. And I think that that's the challenge in the technology industry is that if you have managers and leaders that are men, it's very difficult to really find a balanced interview panel. So I'm impressed that you're making that an initiative in your company. And with the DARE and JUMP, do you have any results that have come out of that so far?
There are results. So these are programs that last approximately a full year. We do see that, women who are part of this program are about 30% more likely to stay with Cisco than those who do not take part in this program. So, and I think it's really great that, each program really focuses on different needs based on, the career timing of a woman. So, those starting out in the workforce, they obviously have different needs and focus as part of their learning, while, more the high potential mid-level female leaders, it's other focus areas that we need to look into. Yes, there is proof that these are great initiatives, and I have participated in the JUMP program, for example, a couple of years ago, and it's really nice because it created still a network of fellow female peers that I'm still in touch with today. So we still touch base with each other once in a while, whether virtually or in person, to just sort of continue following each other's career pathing. So it's also formed a nice network within the organization. Another really neat initiative, when I speak with a lot of different people, that we started something called our Cisco Talent Marketplace. So this literally gives people the chance to find and apply for diverse work assignments in a variety of different functions, and to experience new roles in organizations, and sort of to develop new skills and expertise by doing. So it's literally an internal job board, if you will, for different organizations or teams to put a small, let's say, project that would give an opportunity for someone in a technical role, for example, to say that they're interested in learning more about finance. And so they could go to the job board and see an opportunity with the finance organization for a 2-month project. So they would sort of apply for that role, for that project, and go through the process. And they would then officialize their supporting that project for up to about 20% of their time, let's say, and there would be a closed loop. So there would be a sort of a performance feedback that would go to their main manager. It really gives them 20% of their time to focus on this project while still keeping their core job and developing new skills. This year we added also types of swap opportunities, so both job swaps and time swaps. So the option, to either swap up to, let's say, 20% of your time with another individual for a defined period, or actually to swap their role entirely for a limited time. And we find that, this has proven really beneficial, and I've actually opened a few project opportunities in the marketplace and contributed to some, and it's really great to diversify your skill set, and also obviously get to know other organizations or leaders or people that you wouldn't necessarily interact with in your current role because it's a completely different area or organization or business unit. This has been a really great tool, and a lot of people are enjoying these different opportunities with this projects and initiatives.
I love those initiatives. They're so progressive and really allowing people to not be on that same path day after day. They have the ability to expand their knowledge, their vision. Where do they want to go? It's pretty incredible. You have a lot of other projects and initiatives you're working on. I'm just amazed at everything that you're doing. So I hope people go to the show notes and see the details of the different initiatives. But what projects or initiatives are exciting you today?
Well, as you know, in March we had our Global International Women's Day. So a really amazing project. It's a global event that we run at Cisco called Women of Impact. And it's literally, we kick it off, in Sydney or Singapore in their morning hours. And we literally, let's say, pass the torch throughout our different regions, from there to Dubai, to Bangalore, to London, to North Carolina. And we finish up in San Jose, California. And it's open, so people can come into the Cisco site. It's open to our customers, our partners, and we also stream it globally as well. So anyone, anywhere can connect and watch a whole slew of different guest speakers that we have through the different regions. And it's really a really unique opportunity to get connected, really be empowered and find inspiration for approximately, 11,000 women and men. At about 90 live sites across 43 countries, and then as mentioned as well through our virtual technology. So that was a great event. We had many wonderful participants, amazing, inspiring talks that happened too. It's really just incredible to see pretty much an 18-hour event celebrating, both men and women celebrating International Women's Day together around the world. So that's one project that we just closed up recently. We're now in the process of planning our yearly, what we call our Girls Power Tech initiative, and that's really around encouraging young girls into STEM studies and careers down the road. It's partnered with the Girls in ICT Day that happens in April with the ITU Foundation. And every year, Cisco runs an event. We try to match approximately the same time as the Global Girls in ICT Day. And we focus on female students aged 13 to 18 from whether it's our different Cisco networking academies, nonprofit organizations, and schools. And really what it is it's a full or half-day event where the girls come to the different Cisco sites around the world, and they learn about the opportunities that the technology sector holds for their future through hands-on exposure to the latest technology and engagement with obviously all our Cisco volunteers who run the event, who run the workshops, and who give talks about technology and job opportunities in the technology field. We obviously do this because we know that, building a diverse talent pipeline for the Internet of Everything economy, employee engagement, and leadership development and partnering is very important, and we really want to raise that awareness as well. Just to give you an idea, 2016, we mentored and had on our sites about 5,498 students. We had 1,560 volunteers worldwide who logged about 14,000 mentoring hours globally. We ran it across 61 countries and in 104 sites. This year, we're actually looking to increase that. We're expecting about 2,000 employees mentoring about 5,000 girls. And so far, we have a little bit more than 65 countries who have registered their sites in 120 offices. The Global Day will be on May 4th. It's an excellent event. And like I said, it's also something that's run globally as well. From our offices in Nairobi to our huge, headquarters in San Jose, each site has the opportunity and the template and the budget to run their own local events that's sponsored at a corporate level. So it's really a great initiative.
Do you have some examples of what some of the local events do on that day? The fact that you've globalized it is so amazing because you're affecting so many students every year.
Yeah, absolutely. So how it works is there's multiple, let's say, workshops that exist that we can offer the girls. Some of them are around what is the Internet of Things, getting them to brainstorm about what does it mean to be connected today and what does it mean in all aspects, from the household to the work, to the cities being connected, to our devices being connected. So we really get them to start thinking and then explaining from a technology point of view behind the scenes how Cisco enables that connected world, if you will. So we do a lot of things on the Internet of Things. We also do workshops. We have one called Cisco I'm a Router, and it's a fun, hands-on workshop that explains to girls how the basics, let's say, of routing and switching, literally attaching them by cables and routing packets through their hands so they kind of understand how that works. And then, of course, we do a lot with Arduino kits and teaching them, the basics of coding as well. We have a whole, let's say, file of different workshops that can be run, and then each site can customize to what, their volunteer and site lead base would like to focus on.
From that event, do you have any stories? I'm sure the students have some level of response, or you might survey them. Do they realize that it was there and they did not recognize how much technology there was in the world?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's actually one of the most empowering moments is when you really speak with the girls and you see sort of that light bulb go off. So, I mean, overall, the student feedback, 96%, at least in 2016, rated their experience as Cisco as good or excellent, and 96% are excited to study or work in STEM or ICT fields. That's really, really exciting to see that maybe before they had not considered going into a technical degree, but after, having a full day at Cisco, seeing how fun technology can be, and then obviously speaking with other female role models or mentors in the business, it really opened their eyes. And it goes both ways, right? Because we also survey the volunteers and the mentors as well, because it is part of our employee engagement, to have the volunteers take part in these events and to be able to sort of inspire these young girls. And 97% of the mentors said that it was an enriching experience for them, and it said that really made them proud to work at Cisco. I think overall, very positive results.
Yeah, I think that people don't realize that giving of themselves sometimes does make them more engaged. Volunteerism really generates that connected feeling and representing your company increases quite a bit when you do something like that. When people are looking at doing these programs at their own work, if they don't have such a advanced diversity inclusion team such as you, do you have any recommendations for them? Let's say that they're in a medium-sized company that doesn't have the size and scalability of Cisco.
I think there's multiple ways to start making a bit of noise around, diversity and the importance of it. And just ultimately, I think it's about allowing people to be their authentic selves in the workplace and understanding that there are differences and that anyone should be comfortable to be themselves. I have another organization that I work with called Greenlight for Girls, and that's just a non-Cisco, it's a global NGO, and they run events at all levels across the globe, actually, encouraging girls into STEM. And these are events that already exist, so either there's a list of calendar events across the globe that exist, so it's just a matter of one person or getting another colleague or a peer involved and saying, hey, let's volunteer at this event, to then, making a bit noise and eventually maybe getting a full team from the company involved, etc. And that's not the only one. There's a lot of different NGOs and organizations around the world that I think that people can start volunteering with and working with. And then just, I think once someone has a fulfilling experience, whether it's, inspiring young children into technology or volunteering, it's sort of viral, right? So other people become more involved. And then, specific within companies, I think it's proven right now that, reports, everything is proven that companies with obviously greater gender diversity at all different levels have, higher returns on equity, higher valuations, better stock performance, and that it's truly just critical, let's say, for inclusive economic growth. I think just making small steps, whether it's creating a mini network, large organizations have obviously employee resource groups that exist. That's something that's really that could be employee started, whether it's a small networking group, a special, affinity group organization that you can start at your company. And again, I think it's just getting more and more people involved and spreading, especially people who are passionate. I think passion and genuine interest on the topic is key to get more people on board and to help people understand that creating an inclusive workplace is just important for all.
That's great advice.
So recently at the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, we started a movement, if you will, with really a bold idea, and it's really leveraging the power of sponsorship to accelerate the pipeline of diverse talent in tech. So we brought leaders across all different industries who are committed to solving this challenge, and we launched what we call the multiplier effect. And our CEO, Chuck Robbins, end of February, along with other business leaders in the Executive Women Roundtable, launched this, and ultimately it's a simple pledge that covers two different things. So it's to sponsor one diverse person to the next level in their career, and then to challenge your peers to take the pledge as well. Our goal is to have 1 million people sign this pledge and sponsor to multiply the tech diversity in the world. It's a hashtag multiply tech diversity. There's a link. Anyone can take the pledge to make a difference. We encourage you to spread the word as well and get as many on board.
How can people get a hold of you? Because these programs, they may have some more questions, and I'll definitely include in the show notes details about the Greenlight for Girls so that the link is available.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm happy to share my Twitter handle. So I'm at Aurelia Takacs, AURELIA TAKACS. And I definitely share a lot of the different initiatives and organizations and events that we're running globally there. And then as well as you mentioned, my LinkedIn profile, I'm happy to connect via those through methods.
Great. Thank you so much for being with me, Aurelia.
Thank you, Casey. My pleasure. Take care.
I want to thank you so much for listening today. If you love this podcast, please do share it with your friends and colleagues, and please leave a review on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher, because it makes a difference for circulation. For the show notes and other great info, enter your email into the mailing list at techleaderstoday.com. Thank you.